So I end this podcast prayer by saying thank you, dear God Lord, for watching over us and for understanding that we are only human, and please let us have a really funny, perverse, inappropriate episode of our podcast. And thank you for letting us monetize this moment of prayer.
Speaking of, the kids are back in school, and you can get back on budget. HelloFresh is 25% less expensive than getting takeout. Did you know that? It's even cheaper than grocery shopping. Get 65% off plus free shipping with code ValleyCast65 at HelloFresh.com/ValleyCast65. That's right, go to HelloFresh.com/ValleyCast65 to get 65% off plus free shipping.
Don't feel like watching movies, so I'll watch people guess them instead. I don't know how it goes, I think it starts with your show.
Hey, Steve, we talked about this. Please stop worshiping the 2010 pop singer Lorde on our podcast. It's just not okay.
Dude.
Wow.
Too much time.
Wow. That's
Can I tell you something,
She didn't
Joe?
go anywhere. She didn't go anywhere. She hasn't been. She's been around.
She doesn't even care about your words, Steve. She's not hearing you.
Yeah, but you know what, Joe?
She's a
I
2022.
grew up in a very Catholic household, and I'll tell you, man, those countless unanswered prayers left me
Looking for another Lord to fill the
alone.
hole.
Yeah, I'm looking for a new Lord. And when Lord came and bursted onto the scene in 2010,
What if she came out now and was just like, "Hey guys," she's just on a podcast casually talking about her career over the last 10 years, which is still going, and she's still very talented and good. And she just goes, "Hey, actually, it's Lordy."
Like lordy, lordy, lordy.
Yeah, it's Lordy. There's an E at the end. I just was not confident enough to correct anybody at the time. So from now on, you're jamming out to Lordy.
let's read. Let's do a reading from the book of Hunger Games: Mockingjay Part 1.
Excuse me. I'm having to respond to this is all well and good, but I'm having to make sure my family has followed the mandatory evacuation.
That's
Oh yeah, what's going on? So Florida's going nuts right now.
Dude, it is scary as
Florida's
crap.
in
I'm
a-
trying
in a-
not to.
Yeah.
Hurricane Lordy is coming through hot, and
We have a friend of the show, wonderful tattoo artist Shannon Haynes in Florida, who is a friend of ours, and we have a big text thread with like Kevin and Ellie and Ryan and the whole group, and Shannon
and Elliot's parents.
and Elliot's parents, and
Danny
we're all
and
just
Barb.
making sure she's okay. But she had to evacuate her home and go be with her sister or something. Hopefully, I'm not doxing her or something. But I hear people are evacuating. Elliot, how's your family doing? Do you know?
worried, but they've done everything they can do. My parents had to get... So basically, this storm is headed directly to where my entire immediate family lives, and one of the places is on an island that has been mandatorily evacuated. I don't know if that's a word, and so then they're having to stay with my brother, and it apparently might be a... Yeah, just start eating chips again. What an asshole. What a horrible thing to do. Oh, my God. Lord, please forgive. Lordy, please
Lordy.
forgive.
For context,
I'm sorry, Elliot. It's so
That's
scary.
very funny.
For context, we're filming and recording on Tuesday morning, and is it supposed to get bad tonight/tomorrow?
Tomorrow is tomorrow night in the next day, but they're already getting it's already pouring down. So it depends on what the storm's going to do and how big it's going to get. But, it's like the biggest one that Florida's seen in like 100 years. It should be fine. They're
They're saying it's slow and it's crawling and it's scary and
it's like stopping right outside where they 50 miles out from where they live, just to pause so it can build up some energy, and then darting directly towards
Oh God.
where everyone that I lives. It's
Man.
I
you
hope
think
everything
it's-
and pray everything's gonna be fine, Lordy.
And how do you feel? Do you think that there's a lot of people saying that this hurricane is targeting sinners? How do you feel about that?
Well, it's Florida, so yeah.
It's scary, man. As a California boy, I have no basis of understanding of what a hurricane can really do. And we know they're
Yeah.
devastating. I've seen footage of how devastating they can be. Over here, we've got our earthquakes and our wildfires and stuff, but
And UFOs.
I can't imagine, and Muslims, but I can't imagine what it
Good
must
God, Steve, you gotta
can't
calm
imagine-
down.
I can't imagine what it must be. What it must be like. I can't imagine what it must be like to be in a really like. What's the strongest hurricane you've experienced?
There's one called Charlie that did pretty bad, but it was Central Florida, so it wasn't even that bad at the time, but it was around a bunch of other ones. This would be the worst one for sure. This would be, if I was there, it would be far and
And
away.
do you
but
remember being pretty terrified of that hurricane when you were a younger lad? And
it's
was
kind
it
of fun, and it's fun. You get school out, you enjoy it, you don't take it too seriously, and then there's a little moment where it becomes incredibly terrifying, and then you walk out and it's like an apocalyptic wasteland, and there's no power. You have to run off of generators. You have to make sure you can get gas. You have to hope you can get sandbags. You have to hope things don't flood, and you have to hope that you can get out if you need to get out when the time comes.
What was like
There's also tornadoes that can pop up, as well as storm surges, and these are going to be like potentially 5 to 10 feet storm surges, which basically
they're
makes
gonna
the
be
entire sea
huge.
level go up. And so
Yeah.
my understanding is that already it was going up like last night, so it'll be bad.
damn.
Hopefully it's all okay. Anyway, I don't
Really
want.
scary.
Hopefully, when this goes up, I mean, this will be live before we'll know anything. So, sending prayers to everybody in Florida. And
Yeah,
thoughts and all
stay
that, so.
safe and listen as much as you can. Listen to the evacuation orders and do
Yeah.
what you can. I know it's not easy for it. That's the thing. People are like, why didn't the people do A, B, or C? It's not easy to just like up and leave everything
it's really
that you
not.
have and own and have a place to go.
It's
Yeah.
it's kind of interesting that there's like those natural disasters where scientists can give you like a little bit of a fair warning, and then there's the national disasters that just natural disasters, national
Yeah.
disaster.
National disaster was
national-
2011's pop star Lorde. That was a national disaster.
Ahem, Lordy.
Lori, excuse me.
But it's interesting how you get like fair warning and stuff like that. Like, do you, Joe, in Montana, what did you guys have over there? I'm sure
Nothing.
we talked
We have
about it.
we have blizzards and snow days, but when I was growing up, however, things have changed. Some say, and now there's wildfires, and
Wildfires, yeah.
those can get gnarly if you're in the wrong place. But most of them are in like some pretty out there wilderness boonies. So
What
it's not
about
too bad.
bears?
Yeah.
What
They're
about
there.
bears?
They're there. I don't think I ever worried about a bear once.
Does
in
it
my life.
feel like in Montana the bears were like, we kind of now have an evolutionary understanding that we don't fuck with humans and they don't fuck with us?
To a point, but then sometimes they get accustomed to being around humans because of trash. So they'll come for free food, and once that happens, they become acclimated to doing that constantly, and they have to be removed via tranquilizer dart and truck. And then if they keep coming back, they unfortunately get put down.
I remember
This is a pretty fun podcast so far, guys.
Yeah, we're doing good.
Anyone
remember-
listening, you're welcome.
and if you're
If you're a
Muslim, I'm
first-time
sorry.
listener, if you're a first-time listener and not already a last-time listener, it's usually more joyous than this.
Look, it's a heavy week, man.
It is a heavy
week.
Dude,
A lot
Joe,
going on.
I remember being maybe up until like out of high school, so maybe like 19, 20, 21, those ages. And I remember between being a 21-year-old or 22-year-old man and being a child, every so often in the news you would hear like a bear came down from the mountain and just like started like wandering around like an elementary school or something.
yeah.
And it was huge news. It was like you'd have the helicopter footage of the bear like just kind of moseying around a playground or whatever.
Bear Watch 2012.
Yeah, they'd have the whole Bear Watch logo all made up and everything. And it was really exciting. Did that happen a lot in Montana?
No,
Did it happen ever?
no.
A bear
Absolutely
never
not.
wandered into like a public place ever?
No. Again, the thing about like those news stories that pop up, it's like, hey, something crazy happened, but then you never report on the billion times something
That
not
it
crazy
happens,
happens. You know, so when
Do you
something
think-
happens, it gets blown out of proportion. Of course, it does.
So you think that it did happen, but it wasn't like big enough news to report on it in Montana?
No, it just happens so far less than it ever not happening. That's the
Wow.
thing. So when it gets to your ears in California, it's like, oh my God, there's
Yeah.
bears in Montana, and they ride kids to school.
The bears ride on the kids.
Yeah.
That's cool.
They're big
Anyway.
kids.
So, please stay safe out there for those of you that are in the way of a natural disaster. I'm sure you know what to do better than we could advise you on because you live there. But please be careful, and you have the hearts and the minds of the Valleyfolk on your side, if that means anything to you. So, switching gears.
You're like, fuck, no, get it away. Go, get it off of me.
We don't want that. We don't want it. So, in exciting space news, do you guys know what the exciting space news is?
Yes, but let me tell you in technical terms.
Mhm.
Humans just butt fucked an asteroid.
For
Whoa.
the first time. Like, kind of for the first time. Well, I mean, maybe not, but this is certainly the first the mission was called NASA's DART mission,
Yeah.
which stands for Double Asteroid Redirection Test.
Thank you, Steve,
Yeah.
for definitely not just straight over the plate acronym explaining. I thought you were about to say double ass or something like
Double
that.
ass. Rectum tart.
Yeah, pretty cool. We slammed like a satellite basically into an asteroid to try to alter its path. Now, I'm guilty in this moment of knowing that it was going to happen previously, only reading the headline since it's happened. I have not read the results. Did it effectively throw the asteroid off of its path?
So first of all, it was really cool. And there's a cooler way to explain what exactly happened, which is it's the first ever planetary defense.
That's
test.
right. Space Force. Did you guys hear the
Space Force.
space? Did you hear the Space Force like military song that they released?
No! We're
There's
gonna
an
listen to it right
There's an
now.
official Space Force song, and
No
it is
way.
it is like if you were like, hey guys, our joke today that we have to do and accomplish is to make an official Space Force song. Let's make a joke out of it and have fun with it. And we would take all of the previous like military jingles and stuff from America's past, and we would go, this is it. and we would be laughing at it.
We've got a lot of content here today, thanks to you for bringing that up, Joe, and to talk about the DART mission too. But go ahead, Elliot. What's up?
Yeah, I just thought it was a weird choice for them to use Lordy as the vocals. There it is.
I'm telling you, a deity that answers prayers. That's a whole new ball game. We have the U.S. Space Force released their official song 5 days ago. This is really new. And then
Space Force is people don't give a fuck about Space Force. Nor do they think it's real, nor do they not think it's a joke that something like this happens and it doesn't even really blip the radar. Not even like the comedy radar. Like nobody cares because nobody thinks it's real. It's like a fever dream.
Well, the Space Force thing came out of the Trump administration, right?
Yes. It was Mike Pence's baby.
But it was a long time coming, kind of, right? It was just Trump that kind of like was in term while it was established.
I don't
Something
know.
like
Was
that.
it a
I think
long
that's-
time coming?
That's what I recall, but I could be completely wrong. I think it'd been in the works for a little bit.
I think it had been in the works too, and it just so happened that it came to fruition during the Trump administration. But it wasn't like Trump's decision. Like Trump didn't create the Space Force. But there is an idea that, like, because it came out during the Trump administration, that it's like as bad as and haphazard as Trump's term. And so there is this kind of like humor surrounding the idea of like a Space Force, and the idea that the US has a Space Force is pretty cool and stupid and interesting.
It's fucking dude, it's Starship Troopers level like parody.
Yeah.
They would have called it anything fucking else, but they called it
Space Force.
Space Force.
So anyway,
Which I guess it's Air Force. If Air Force came out
It is
today, would
Air
I be
Force.
like, would I go, that's fucking dumb.
I know. Why not?
Yeah.
Why not Space Force if we've got Air Force?
I'm sold. Play the song, Steve.
Let's get patriotic here, man. Come on. Where's our
Actually,
patriotism?
guys, it goes back to 1947.
Whoa.
Gaining its independence from the Army on September 18th, 1947, the United States Air Force began development of military, space, and ballistic missile programs, which also competing with the United States Army, United States Navy for the space mission. But in 2019 is when they officially got independent from they gained independence as a separate branch of the military.
Space
Okay.
Force.
Space Force.
So the term
wanna
Space
throw out-
Force has been around since then.
Not officially, but yes, they've been doing Space Forcey type things, I guess.
Cool.
Yeah. So I want to throw out just real quick before the song, multiple choice options. Now that we're talking about it, we're all on board with Space Force. Let's take some of the other names of our military branches and apply them to Space Force, and let's see if any are better. So we could have A, Space Force, B, Space Navy,
Ooh.
C, Space
Spavy.
Rangers,
Ooh.
Space Rangers, or Space Guard.
Damn.
What about
Space
Sparmy?
Rangers? What about the Universe Brigade or the
Space-
Universe Guard?
Space
And there's-
Brigade's pretty good.
There's Space
Star Guard.
Marines.
Ooh, Star Guard. Space Marines. Yeah.
Space
Star
Marine.
Guard's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Intergalactic Military.
No, I don't like that. That's too
Beastie
it's like
Boys.
it's yeah. Wait, it's only good if intergalactic is also only said by one person, but then everybody has to say the second word together.
What about the United States Intergalactic Agency?
That's more like MIB, I feel. That's like
Yeah.
an alien. That's a smaller, we don't talk about it branch of the
Yeah.
Space Rangers.
But like, we've got the FBI, the Federal Bureau of Investigation. So what can we do with like space? We got the space.
Damn it, Steve, I think you got me with Star Guard. I kind of like
Starguard's pretty cool, huh?
Do
The
you think there's
Starguard.
Peter Starguard.
Mom, Dad, there's nothing you can do. I'm joining the Star Guard. No, you are not. You are becoming a doctor just like your uncle.
Peter Skarsgård, you will not join the
Yeah.
Star Guard. You will be an actor like your father and your brother and your other brother, and we're all really good at it. Are we the best acting family that's ever
They
been?
really are. They
But
really are. They're
Dad,
a dynasty.
there's so many of us, and we're all actors. Why can't one of us be in the Star Guard? Why can't one Skarsgård be in the Star Guard?
Sit down, Peter Skarsgård. I told you you're not going to the Skarsgård. Barbara Skarsgård, get in here. Your
And-
son wants to join the Skarsgård.
When the parents aren't looking, the older brother looks at him and he's like, "Oh, Starly Gardy, 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 Starly Gardy, Gardy, Gardy." And then they look back and he stops doing it.
All
right. Let's
Okay.
listen to this Space Force theme song, official song, and then afterwards we have a video of Neil deGrasse Tyson reacting to it.
Wait,
Really?
to the song or to the,
To the song.
Okay.
I will click unsubscribe on the second part of this. Thank you for your time. No interest.
Okay, let me share this screen.
Oh, are you sharing the screen? Oh, there it is. The United States Space Force was established on December 20th, 2019.
And I got a text from a
It's
gentleman.
tilted.
Jamie was a Nashville singer-songwriter.
I wanted to make sure that everything that was in the song would adequately represent all the capabilities that are
What are wait no
I
pause
already
it.
want. I
What
already
are the
want to make.
capabilities?
What the fuck? What are these people doing? They're not in space. What the fuck are these?
I know, but look at their cool emblems. You see
That's cool.
this?
That's
Can
very
you
intentionally
describe
Star
for the
Trek.
podcast listeners? Yeah, exactly. It's got like a Star Trek.
Again, it's all parody. It doesn't feel fucking
It's
real.
just-
I know. I
it's
want to
so-
make fun of it.
It's tough to because people are working really hard and doing, I'm sure, really great stuff, but
And taking it
is
very
so hard not to be cynical and sarcastic with it, because the hat looks like a ranger from Canada, whatever, the mountain
does.
people.
A Mountie.
But it
Mountie.
looks like this is an option of a hat. The other ones in the background kind of look like navy.
Right, true.
She might be an officer of sorts.
Yeah, but you're right. It does have like a Canadian kind of flavor to it.
But like, okay, look, here's where I'm at with. They just showed like way too many people. There's not that many people in the Space Force because there isn't a Space Force. What do they do? Like, when people come up to you and go, "What do you do for a living?" and then you don't know how to explain it, you're like, "I make internet videos."
It says that they're in her badge says Education and Training Command. So maybe they're just in training, Joe.
For what?
Their potential look, things that maybe like what is the military training for? Potential attacks, right? Potential having to engage in war.
So
And
just imagine for just like a second, they go, you're in your bunker, your barracks, and then the fucking Space Force alarm goes off. To your battle stations, and they all fucking run out to go to their spaceships that aren't there.
The
but
Space Force alarm would definitely be cool sounding beeps, Joe.
Yes,
It's not gonna be
yes.
like
Thank you, Elliot. Thank you, Elliot. It would be
You're
like
welcome.
a brrr, 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 and you're like, whoa, the Space Force alarm is going off.
Or it would be like dun 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 dun.
Okay, wait. Let's
Okay,
imagine. Let's
yeah,
imagine
We're mocking and we're having good fun and good
we're
fun.
having great fun with this, and that's what we do. We make fun of shit. We're comedians, for fuck's sake. Here's my
Kinda.
assumption. Here's my assumption for Space Force. I think it would be really cool if they were like planning on like, alien battles and shit. But in reality, they're probably going to just be involved in like when other countries do space stuff.
Well,
Yeah.
it's just going to be about
Satellites
shooting
with
down
missiles.
other people's missiles. That's it.
Yeah. Or it's going to be like
You're saying like that would not be an incredibly important thing, Joe.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying
Like,
well,
sure, we would
the
need
fact
that.
The fact that we even have a actual Space Force, it's real, means that enough people with power decided we needed it.
Look, no, there will be, assuming we, get the chance to evolve and then hopefully be planetary jumping species in the future. That'd be great. However, it is somewhat disappointing. Like, yes, it is greatly important, Elliot. I agree. However,
Yes.
I also contend that the fact that we have a Space Force is to still protect ourselves from ourselves, just in like inches into space. That's incredibly fucking disappointing from a human level. That's it.
What
That's
do you
it.
mean?
Well, maybe
And I stand by that.
What do you mean? What's
Can
your
you elaborate?
What are you standing by? Yeah, elaborate.
I just wish it was a more of a the Endeavor was one that was more about collective human growth and exploring space
Yeah.
and protecting ourselves from the whatever the fuck space is gonna throw at us.
So how do we-
scenarios. And not just fuck, they fucking Russia knew how to put a fucking gun on a satellite. Like, that sucks.
Well,
but
Joe-
I get the importance of it.
But Joe, don't you think that that's what NASA is?
Well, I think NASA. Well, everything is about fucking protection and power at the end of the day.
Sure, but
at least NASA is based in, we hope, thought and the continued evolution of human exploration.
I think it might be safe to assume that the Space Force, especially since this imagery is highly militaristic, it's safe to assume that what we're looking at here is, I guess, a branch of the military, right? Like, it's a space military.
It is. It is 100%.
And so we have a space military, and then we have NASA, which is like, kind of like the space guys. And they're not super militaristic, but certainly there's a lot of military applications involved in NASA research because we're the US. We can't pour money into shit unless it has something to do with our fucking military. But there are certainly, and we know this, Joe, we know this for a fact, that there are divisions of NASA where their specific goals are for exploration and continued research of our universe.
Uh-huh.
So we have both. We have both. We have
Sure.
we have people in NASA that care about the discovery and the future of the human race, and then we have this fucking thing, which is like whatever it is with these funny hats.
Look, again, we're making fun a little bit, and we're on the
Yeah.
It's too early in its like cycle of existence
Yeah.
for it to not be funny. In like a certain amount of years, I will be incredibly jealous of everybody that's part of.
I know, because we kind of don't know that much about it either. Like, did you guys watch that Steve Carell show, that Space Force show?
I tried. I watched it for like a
tried.
second. I couldn't handle it.
I stuck with it. It's pretty tame and like fun for the whole family kind of thing. But I thought it was pretty interesting. It was
Hey, Space Force, fun for the whole family is the Space Force motto. By the way.
pretty soon.
Space
All right,
Force
okay, play the
only
song.
has 8,400 members, whereas the other ones have a lot more.
Oh,
Did you know that? Do you guys want fun facts on this?
oh my God, that's so funny.
The
Does
Coast
that
Guard has
mean
like
that-
36,000, and then it jumps up to like 180,000.
Do we know if other countries have their own space forces? I wonder if ours is an answer to that. Like, fuck, we need our own now.
Space
Maybe.
Mounties. That's better.
Space Mountie!
Mhm.
Space
Just
Scotland
regular
Yard.
Mounties with telescopes.
Scotland Universe.
Oh, so good.
All right, let's hear.
All right,
this.
here we
This
go.
is-
Here we go.
Is involved with
War fighters. You know, it has the tinge of the racist songs from our forefathers.
assuming like the Space Force flourishes over the next 20, 30, 40 years, kids are going to sing that shit in school, and that's fucking funny. But the song
And on the
itself,
moon.
the song itself right there speaks to my disappointment with the whole endeavor, which was, like you said, dude, war fighters
Yeah.
dropping missiles from the sky,
Protecting
fucking
everyone.
bombs and lasers and shit.
Protecting the U.S. only and no one else. Is there more to this video?
No, that's
No.
it, man. That's the song.
Let's see what Neil deGrasse Tyson has to say about it.
Oh God.
Sounds like the plot of a sci-fi thriller saving the world from an asteroid hurtling toward Earth, but this is real. Don't worry, though. It's only a practice run. Tomorrow night, NASA will test whether it can knock the asteroid off its current path.
So this is
Although,
kind of what we
instead
were
of blowing
talking about
it,
here.
It was
Okay,
part of
cool.
Don't Look Up. I believe that's another.
Look at him, he's cracking up.
you can make
He's
here.
already
Is
laughing. He's
this
in a
good
funny
idea?
mood.
Is this how people watch our podcast?
After I saw Don't Look Up, I was certain there was a documentary based on my life experience with
All of our
social
life
media
experiences. Yes.
and the press and politics.
So he's talking about this like first ever defense test of us like blasting a thing at a thing in space and seeing if
Yeah.
it'll stop it from heading to us or
But
whatever.
let's remember, according to previous documentaries that we watched, like Armageddon, it's just hitting an asteroid with a missile barely does anything. You got to bore into it.
Exactly.
You gotta bore
Miners.
into it. Mm-hmm.
Ooh, this is cool. Like the James Webb telescope, also by the way, in space.
That's the
space
greatest
stuff,
thing going on
Great
right
space
now.
Has
stuff.
been
Great
it's been
space.
giving us endless photos, and it's not going to stop. We're going to just keep getting these amazing photos of places in the universe that we'll never ever visit or see.
I'm just
Wonderful.
waiting for like a fucking like space fly alien thing to get on the lens at one point,
I
And just like-
know.
be in the way of like a photo of Jupiter, and we're like, what the
Yep.
fuck is that?
Oh, sorry.
Okay,
sorry.
here we go. All right, here's Neil deGrasse Tyson reacting to the
Force's
song.
original song.
It's called
that
Semper Supra, by the way. Is the name of the song.
That's pretty cool. Can't make
Pretty
fun of that.
was released
I like
this
that.
week.
He's
let's
already
play a
laughing.
snippet and let's get your thoughts.
Go.
Oh, we can hear it again.
Oh, we gotta do it again. Well, now I know it by heart.
Living to our
sky,
standing
guard
both
night and day.
We're
the Space Force from on high.
What do you think, Neil?
Yes.
That's the first I've heard it, but
Oh,
it sounds
You're
very
welcome.
1950s.
That's what I said.
yeah.
What you'd sing when the channels went off the air at midnight.
All right, I'm back.
Oh, he
I
likes
kind
it.
of like it too, and I, I guess folks might be in this age of trolling and so on social media.
What are you talking about?
Well, we've been serious this whole time.
It does sound patriotic. I'll give you that.
Over at the Space Force, right? So why not have a fight song? Well, they have a football team. That's the question that I have.
The
Nice.
Space Force football team.
And what's funny or curious is that the other branches of the armed forces, the songs tend to be songs that you would march to. You know, you feel
Right.
that urge to get up
Say
and
it.
march.
You float.
But
Say it.
Space Force, you want to be
Say
able
it.
to feel
Float.
like you want to launch something. And I didn't feel launchy with those lyrics or with the rhythms, but maybe if you watch a rocket launch while you hear it,
Yeah.
that's how we think about mood. We
It's
should
like watching Fantano review an album.
Hey, Santana, what do you think about this Radiohead
Yo,
album?
Fantano, you know, isn't that his name? The YouTuber?
Oh, I thought you were talking about Carlos Santana.
No. You know who Fantano is.
I do want like whoever like our most musical YouTuber friend is to do a very fun video of like the Space Force theme song.
Break it down.
No, don't break it down. Do it in 10 other genres.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah,
The
Shmoyo.
trap mix.
Yeah.
Have people done that to other patriotic songs?
Oh, I'm
I'm
sure.
sure of it.
I'm sure. Anyways, that was our Space Force.
I think
run.
that's cool, man. I didn't even know there was a Space Force song. It is really like he's right. If there was like a shuttle launch and then they played that song over the shuttle launch, I'd be like, hell yeah, man.
Oh, yeah.
I don't feel patriotic really anymore these days, and like it's nice to feel a little patriotism involved in more interesting stuff than like, you know, say the rape of our natural land.
Oh, there's a song for that too. Hold on.
Let's listen
Hey,
to it now.
hey, but natural land.
We cut down all the trees and big dig holes in the ground.
And
We
if
take
there's
the
people
minerals
there,
out.
we'll kill them all, and we'll give them casinos so they'll shut up.
Jesus Christ.
You know that's the real American anthem. But dude, so this NASA's DART mission was so cool. Owen came over yesterday, and I wouldn't have even known about it had Owen not been if Owen wasn't the biggest space nerd that I know. But he comes over at like 2:00 and he's like, hey man, like at 3:00 there's going to be this NASA live stream and I really want to watch it. So can we put that on in the background while we like jam or whatever? And I was like, yeah, what is it? And he's like, well, they're basically doing like Armageddon. Like they're doing Armageddon in real life. It was Armageddon in real life, you guys. It was for the first time we were shooting a thing at a giant thing in space. And that's so exciting. And we were watching the live stream and it's like they're just scientists. They're not like public speakers and they're not like, you know, they're not like super, you know, socially.
They're very pragmatic and they're not great at presentation.
Yeah, and their excitement is seen as something that we don't really recognize as excitement because we live in a world where we hyperbolize excitement every day and we want to see it even bigger for bigger things. But it was fun to watch these people in their control room, and it was like I made this Instagram video of like the Armageddon music playing over just these people sitting in the control room, because they're just like these regular looking guys. It's not Ben Affleck, it's not like fucking these handsome, it's not Liv Tyler in there. It's like, it's just these normal looking folks like doing really cool movie shit in real life. And it was so refreshing to just see real people where they've been doing this for their whole life. Like this has been like their project for like years, you know?
It's watching NASA control room scientists watching their work in real time is some of the best like human experience videos out there, because despite us not being able to do what they do, we can all connect with the thought of like, what if 35 years of my life's work were coming down to like this moment? It's either gonna fucking do it or it's
or not.
Yeah,
and it's not, it's okay, but if it does it, that's what we want. Yeah.
It's also like, I know it's so much more complex than any of us could possibly fathom to do these things, but I love that oftentimes with space, what is being done is understandable. Like, I understand the idea of smacking into an asteroid to try to move it a little bit, and that makes it more enjoyable for me. And I understand the idea of putting a big camera in space so it can take bigger photos. That's where my understanding of it, however, completely goes away.
It ends.
I know nothing beyond it. But I can go like, hit it. I hope it hits it. Okay.
I know, and dude, it was actually legitimately pretty exciting.
Did you watch the video? Like, it gets a little closer. And
yeah.
and then just
So I
goes
want
red?
to show you. I want to show you guys this, especially for our podcast viewers who are just listening to us talk about this. But if you watch the video version of this, you can see this is basically what the live stream was like. You could see this live camera. So on the bottom, you see a live cam of the satellite that or the spacecraft, I guess they're calling. So we had a live view of the spacecraft heading towards this asteroid. And so you saw it in the corner of the screen this whole time. And it's just this tiny little fucking dot there. And then you see the control panel, and then every once in a while they cut to other scientists and they get an interview and they explain what the craft looks like. But you know, up there in the top left, you see the countdown to impact. And so you would see the thing get closer and closer. This little dot got even closer. But dude, I was like, whatever.
Yeah, that was cool. I didn't see this.
Right? Isn't it awesome? So this is what the live stream was. And so then you got to 23 minutes before it happened, and it's like, ooh, you can really see it now.
Wait, hold on, guys. Go back. It's Space Source Fed.
Wait, really? Was it Space Source Fed?
Yeah, go back to Space Table
Space
Talk.
Table
Spable
Talk?
Yeah.
Space Talk. Space Table Talk.
Cool.
This is just a Mr. Beast video. You guys know this, right?
Yeah.
So here we go. So here's another asteroid in the way there, but you can kind of see it getting closer and closer.
Whoa, crazy.
Get out of here, other asteroid. Go.
And look at how excited they are down here. We got 1 minute and 18 seconds before impact. And these people are just watching it. Look, where are we at now? We're at 2 minutes, 1 minute, 30. Okay, so then they took the countdown away.
And this is NASA. This is like
I'll play the audio here. Yeah,
the video's a little choppy. It's all I'm saying. I expect better videos.
I know. Well, it's space.
I feel like we'll know. I feel like that'll be a crystal clear.
Okay, so here's the moment this happens.
Think so. I think we're starting.
And you
to
can see them
more,
getting more excited as the asteroid gets
more
closer.
Resolution. In fact, look at that. Didymos has even gone out of the view. We're now just seeing Dimorphos.
Didymos was the other asteroid.
Yeah, now it's all about Dimorphos.
Dimorphos.
Oh my goodness, look at that.
Everyone's
Looks
excited.
like control system settling down, angular rates look
That's
really
not
good.
an asteroid, that's an egg! It's an egg!
Yeah,
What if
it's
it's
a bumpy
slowly
egg, bumpy
turned
egg.
around and it's a face?
Like it's a mouth.
It's that moon from Zelda.
Starting to see those individual boulders there. You can see shadows.
Dude, and it gets cool because you get really close to this thing and you're like, fuck, that's so cool.
What if there was like just some like a humanoid on it with a sign that just
And
said
he's like-
SOS, help!
They're coming! Oh my god, they're
It's
coming!
one frame like this, one frame like this.
Oh
Yeah, that's cool.
Oh.
Look at that.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. 8,
Yeah.
7, 6,
wow.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh my gosh. Oh wow.
Awaiting visual confirmation.
Look at that. Holy shit.
All right. Let's see. We got it? Waiting.
Boom.
And we have
Every
impact.
Dude, it's so cool to watch them all celebrate. Look how happy they are. They're so happy.
Fantastic.
They've been spending their lives doing this. And then as you like go
They're
on,
happy, but they're really aiming those high fives. Did you see that?
well, they're nerds.
The camera's on them. Okay, we got it. We got it.
They're
we got
nerds.
It.
Their precision is in space, not on the ground.
Yeah.
But
that's part of the Space Force song. I don't know if you guys heard that or not.
dude, it's so funny because you see all these people celebrating and they're all happy and they're hugging and shit. And then the interviewer goes, but there's just so much more work to do. And it's like, God damn it. It's like, really? This isn't the end of their job here? It's like, no, there's so much more work to do. But I love how they're all in here congratulating each other. And Owen and I were watching this and talking about it. And then all of a sudden you see fucking Bill Nye.
Is that Bill Nye?
Yeah, you see Bill Nye. Bill Nye's just there. Because why not? Why wouldn't he be? Where is he?
I love Bill Nye. He's great.
Anyway, he was in there. But
Cool. Very cool.
How cool is that, you guys? And so that happened fucking yesterday.
You know what's so very cool that we obliterated a satellite into one. You know we've landed on one before, right? We've actually fucking landed on one. That's insane.
That's gotta be even scarier because it's like the result could have been it crashing into it like this one, but yeah. But I love that this isn't just simply crashing into an asteroid. It's like like it's supposed to be moving it off of its trajectory.
It's pushing it.
Hit it,
A little
pushing
push.
it. Just a little space push.
What if like Annie over in the corner, like 5 minutes after the celebration, she's like going over her calculations and shit, and she's just like, "Oh, go,
yeah, dude, that's what
guys, I didn't carry the one. It's coming
mistake.
back around. It's
Not my fault.
Oh fuck. Oh man, we need to get France on the phone immediately.
We pushed it. We pushed it from the wrong side, and it's coming now at us.
And I now see, and you guys, you can see this with me. I had it upside down. And if I had done it like
one's hard to tell. They look the same.
Oh man,
Harlan Williams in.
Harlan Williams, what a drop. What a name drop. Fuck.
That's a movie he would have been in where he's a NASA scientist by accident.
What did he do? Like a space one, right? Where he was an astronaut?
Yeah, Rocket Man or like Moon Man or whatever it was called. Man, it's so exciting. It is really exciting that in our, and look, there's very little to be excited about in our news cycle right now. And so when there's like cool space shit going on, it's so much bigger than you. It's beyond you. It's beyond us.
It might be beyond you.
Yeah.
Maybe it's beyond you. Yourself. But this is for future generations. And we're really seeing the footwork of the future of space stuff.
I think we can up the public perception of it all if we can somehow we can combine all of what's happening now, because I agree with you. It's so exciting and it's the coolest shit. But I need to combine this with a showman circa 2016 Elon Musk before he evolved into now Elon Musk. Let's fucking crash a car into an asteroid.
Yeah.
It's time to do extreme space stunts.
Yeah.
That they're sending Tom Cruise and the director of something so stupid. Who are there? So let's see, Tom Cruise. So they're gonna shoot Tom Cruise into space.
They're gonna shoot Tom Cruise.
It's a space expert. Here we go. Doug Lyman. Do you know who Doug Lyman is? It should be a familiar name.
No.
Doug Lyman. God, we were just talking to this motherfucker. Directed Edge of Tomorrow.
Okay.
Jumper. Swingers, dude. Directed Swing. The director of Swingers and Tom Cruise are going into space to direct the first ever Hollywood motion picture in outer space.
Cool.
And that's
Why not?
fucking cool, right?
Do you think a violent crime has ever been committed in space?
I don't know. That's actually a good question.
Or perhaps a white-collar financial crime? I'd be curious about that as well.
Maybe with the Ruskies, not our American boys.
Not our boys.
Know what they're doing up there.
So now we got to go dramatic, like Space Force, the TV show, but we do like fucking Law and Order, space crime.
Yeah,
exactly.
I would like to be the first person to commit a crime, like a light,
Right?
non-violent, like I pay a felony. Or a misdemeanor, maybe.
A space crime.
Small crime, a small, tiny crime, like I'll rip a tag off a mattress in space. There's got to be something somebody's done that's illegal.
Is it like maritime law where you're like protected?
Oh, that's a great question. Yeah, I wonder. Maybe
Like
there's
you
no
can't
laws
be
in
tried on Earth if you committed a crime in space.
Somebody just try to claim the moon. Hold on a second.
Well, I think you can look at the moon and see whose flag is on it, so I don't really think that's very much of a
Fake footage. Fake.
I think if you took a telescope and you looked,
That's it.
I think you'd see a pretty familiar flag up there.
I think we said dibs. So
I love that just because we landed on the moon first, it's ours.
It's our moon.
Hey, come on. We call dibs. Finders keepers.
So maybe I didn't see. I misread something, or maybe whatever. It doesn't matter. But just so y'all know, the Outer Space Treaty, adopted in 1967 and signed by 134 countries, including China, is what it says.
Wow.
It says right here, China.
Says no matter whose national flags are planted on the lunar surface, no nation can own the moon.
Wonderful. I think that's a great point. I think that's
They
good.
were just so jealous. All the other countries were so jealous, and they were like, you can't. It's not really. We were like, all right, you're jealous.
I know. They're like,
But
come on,
wait,
you
hold
can't
up.
own the moon. Come on.
July 16th, 2022, NASA's head warned that China may try to claim the moon. 2 space scholars explain why that's unlikely to happen.
Now we got space
claim it.
scholars.
It's like calling shotgun. I claim the moon. It's mine. What qualifications? What would you require to vote for some country or whatever to own the moon?
Wait,
what would be your parameter?
What was that?
What would convince you to sign? Vote yes for someone owning the moon. Do you think no one should ever own it?
It's got to go to somebody.
Because to me, it's like, look, I think they're going to sell real estate on the moon eventually, right? Because the idea is to colonize and to have a space station.
We're whalers on the moon.
Futurama. I feel like there's a world where the moon, there will be ownership on the moon, right?
If I think it will all be under the guise of an international space treaty.
Like no one owns the Earth.
It'll be like the space station. It'll be, we're doing this as a people until not.
But this is really exciting stuff. There was another thing really quickly, and I'm gonna just like pull this out of my brain because I heard it and I don't know how accurate it is, but I do know that there is a mission being planned to go to Venus, because I guess Venus, even though the surface of Venus is like super hot and you die and you'd boil alive if you were on it ever,
they're like, fuck it, let's give it a shot.
There's an atmospheric layer of Venus before you hit the surface that is 70 degrees always.
Ooh, tepid.
Nice.
And apparently you could survive in that atmosphere with an oxygen mask. Not even a spacesuit, an oxygen mask. So they're thinking, is there a way to put into orbit some kind of space station in this atmospheric layer of Venus that potentially someday maybe there could be a habitat in that people could live in? I don't know, but it's cool. It's very cool.
Very fun.
It's fun. It's always good to be curious and dream. You know?
I know. I love it. I know that there's still a lot of stuff here on Earth that we're not fully, we haven't fully figured out yet. Like our oceans are still kind of a big mystery, and
women,
my goodness, Muslims.
God dang it!
You guys are so mad at me for that.
So mad.
All right, guys, what a good episode, huh? Wasn't this nice?
That was fun. You know, we started in a place and we got to a better place.
We certainly
took
did.
off. Then it really launched.
Elliot, does this stuff excite you? This space stuff? What do you want to see in the future of space exploration?
I like this stuff.
Yeah. Are you
like it a
excited
lot.
about what do you think about the James Webb pictures that we keep
That's
seeing?
what I'm most excited about. Yeah.
Right?
That's the
It's
most
cool.
fun. It's very enchanting. It makes you pauses the stresses of everyday life, and you can take a
Right?
moment and just marvel at the vastness of the universe.
Yeah, it's
Thank
like,
you,
look at
everyone,
what
for
else is
joining
out
us
there.
today.
You know what I highly recommend for anybody listening, or even you two, if you haven't done this, but like having the personal experience of you have a friend with a telescope or something where it is actually pointed at a planet. Have you ever done that? Like actually seen it with your own eyes? Been like, oh fuck, I'm looking at Jupiter, or I'm looking at something other than the moon, and then it like makes you actually realize it's out there. It's not just like a flickering dot.
Right, or just a picture you saw on the computer or something, or a
Mhm.
TV. Yeah.
I think it's one of those like perspective things that everybody should have a moment if they everybody's got that weird space friend. It's like
we all need an Owen.
Dude, Owen and I argue all the time about how, like, even though the James Webb stuff is really cool, it, like, doesn't change anything. And Owen that gets so mad at me when I say that it doesn't change anything.
You're just trolling him.
Yeah, because it's like, I mean, look, it kind of doesn't, right? It's like, okay, so that's been out there for what, billions of years? We just have never seen it.
5,000 years.
That part's really cool. That part that we've never seen it, and these are the clearest pictures of these things that we've never seen that exist outside of our solar system, is fucking beyond mind-blowing and cool. But now what?
It's like we all grew up with photos of these planets and stuff, but seeing what they actually look like is like a real cosmic version of the Instagram versus reality trend, where you recognize that what you've seen is not actually what it looks like, and it's like jarring. It's very cool.
Right. And it is cool to see even that asteroid that was like coming closer and closer and closer. Like something that I was saying to Owen about it was like, okay, so how fucking cool is that we have these high resolution images of something that has only ever been in space. Maybe its origins are from beyond our solar system, but we're seeing this thing that is essentially a fucking rock, right? Like it looks no different than if you were to take a close-up picture of a mountain rock, basically. And so it's like, well, why are we more amazed by this space thing and we just walk by these rocks all day and we don't really give a shit? And it's like, but there is something so interesting about the space one. But it's the same as the Earth one in so many ways.
2 points. Point one, I want now for there to be a genre of music called mountain rock that is very hardcore, but has banjo.
Like banjos
always
and
has banjos. But yeah, but it rocks. And then you fucking drop like new metal, right?
Dude, that's awesome. I love that. It'd be like
mountain rock.
Mumford
Somebody
and
make
Sons,
us.
but
Somebody make a mountain rock. There's somebody listening right now in this fucking podcast that has it inside them. Make a mountain rock version of the Space Force song for me.
Yeah, and we'll play it on the show if you send it to us.
Point two, I find that I have to turn my curiosity and dream buttons up to 11, my knobs, when I look at photos of asteroids and even Mars. Like I have to be like, fuck, we're there. That's cool. And I have to let that supersede my other reaction, which is
it just looks like rock.
Well, yeah, there's nothing fucking there.
What the fuck are we gonna, guilty of that. Yeah.
What the fuck are we gonna do with that? Mars is cool, but like, look at fucking. I don't want to go there.
And see that.
Yep, that's Mars. All right.
Right. And those thoughts right there, gentlemen, are the reason why space stuff isn't really dominating in the like world of cool shit. Like it's there, and certainly a lot of people think it's cool enough and they make it their careers, and we have Space Force and NASA and all that shit. But like I want people to be more excited about it. But it's hard to get excited about something that at the end of the day, it kind of doesn't matter to us individually.
I think, you know how we say like, oh, we weren't taught certain things in high school, like how to do our taxes and shit like that, like basic life skills. Basic life skills should be a fucking class. I agree. You know what else should be? Critical thinking, which you don't really hit until fucking college, and you do it for like one prerequisite, and then you move on, but they don't really tell you why.
Still avoiding it. No, thank you.
Yep. And then I don't know what this class would be, but it's such an important trait in humanity that we tend to lose because, you know, the overall macro of existence it's just too daunting. But curiosity is such an important human trait that we all tend to lose when we get bogged down by everything, that I don't know how you teach that class, but it's a skill that everybody needs to be able to help flourish within inside themselves, because
I think it's
everything.
Amen.
I think it's teaching selflessness, right? Or like
fuck that. This is all about me, bitch.
Like, because I think the idea of why this isn't exciting is because how does this affect me is a selfish thing, right? If it's not happening in my own backyard, why should I give a shit? So maybe it's like caring more about things outside of yourself.
Socialist. Steve's a socialist. Thank you for listening to the Valleycast. Fucking fascist.
Those two very similar things.
Well, guys,
socialism is fascism. It's socialism.
Thank you so much.
Bad.
Go ahead, Elliot. What were you saying?
No, I said both things bad.
Guys, I just want to say thank you for listening to the Valleycast. Thank you to the sponsors. Thank you to our patrons. Thank you to our listeners. If you want to see all the video stuff we're looking at, you can go to youtube.com/thevalleyfolk. We really appreciate you guys. Joe, good to have you. Elliot, always a pleasure.
Thank you, Steve.
Check
you
out
as well.
twitch.tv/thevalleyfolk to see random Twitch streams. We do Friday Fortnite stuff. And you know what? I'm just going to say it, guys. God bless America.
God bless America and space.
Oh!